I don't really have that choice. I don't have that pleasure to have that feeling, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, I haven't been married, so I don't know. From other people that have told me, they say that.
What do you think?
I would agree. I think it's about 60-50, about 60 to the woman, 60-40. I'm a bit tired. 40 to the man, because I would say, because obviously biologically women are just a lot more emotional naturally. So I feel like the repercussions of her unhappiness will affect a lot more than the repercussions of a man's unhappiness, as in he could probably hold it together a bit more than a woman. It's not going to impact as much. And to echo what you said about the kids and the household, it's going to affect all of that. And that's now your environment. So I feel like that's where it comes in. But I don't agree with I'm not so rigid in thinking happy wife, happy life, and forget your husband, because I just truly believe you do need to make your husband happy, 100%.
What do you think?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Do you think happy wife, happy life is good advice?
No, I think the husband needs to be happy. Obviously, both need to be happy, but more time the husband, because he's the one that's making the money. He's going out, and if your man is stressed, do you think that he's going to come home and he's going to treat you right, and he's not? He has to be happy as well. Yeah, I think it's both sides.
I think that happy wife, happy life is a recipe for disaster. Yeah, I think it's telling the man that you have to try to make a woman happy. And as women, I think we're never happy. I think that if you give a woman everything that she wants,
she'll still find something.
She'll still find something to not be happy about.
I feel like the saying, for me, the way I look at it, I feel like men go through a lot. They literally have to go outside and battle. Do you understand? And the way I look at it, I think the only thing that can really make a man happy is his woman. That's his safe space. That's his peace. So when people say happy wife, when your wife is happy, that man now becomes happy. For example, you, when do you have a girl or whatever? Sorry.
Just start.
Sorry about that. When she's calm and when she's happy, doesn't that bring you happiness and peace too? Compared to all the stresses of working out, or do you have other outlets? And I'm talking she brings you that.
I need to add one thing. I think that's narcissism. I think women were naturally narcissistic, and we take credit for everything. And I think that he's either a happy man on a purpose or he's not. And I think women have very little to do with it.
I think women play a big role in men's happiness.
I think women are delusional and narcissistic, just by our nature. And I think we think that we deserve more credit than we do.
Oh my God. I feel like women definitely make men. Let's just start with the fact that where else would men get their orgasms from? Women. Do you understand? That's where they get it in.
Okay. Yeah, but that's a moment of happiness, I guess, and that fades very quickly.
Men typically get happiness from doing things. It really doesn't have anything to do with women.
What about peace, though? I'm thinking of peace. When I say happy life, I'm thinking peace.
The problem with your argument is you're saying the woman needs to be happy to make the man happy. But the problem with that is usually women think that their happiness should come from the man. So the man needs to make her happy to then let her make him happy. That doesn't make sense.
So which one comes first then?
Everyone should be responsible for their own happiness.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's a recipe for disaster, because you're basically telling men that you're only going to have a happy life if she's happy. And I think it goes back to a lot of times marriage, men view marriage as a horrible contract. And I think that's part of it, because they're selling that in order for you to be happy, she has to be happy. And women are never happy.
I always felt like the saying was just just take care of your wife. I never really knew it meant you have to be responsible for that. I never knew people really took it literally. So that's why I was just keep your wife happy, because I thought it was just make sure you're taking care of your wife. But I didn't know it actually meant you're responsible for her happiness. And I don't believe in that. I don't think you should be responsible for anyone's happiness.
I don't think it's intentional, but I think there's a lot of words in our society where we subtly give women credit for everything and blame men for everything. It's very subtle. I'll give you an example of another one, not to do with the marriage, but knocked up assumes that he knocked her up. Yeah. So whose fault is it? His. He got her pregnant. There's a lot of really subtle things, and I think that's just one of them.
No, that's actually true.
I still feel like in a relationship, everyone should practice interdependence, meaning you're able to be independent by yourself and provide for yourself in terms of happiness. But when you are in a relationship, I think your partner should wake up with need and want to actually contribute, not make you happy and be the source of your happiness, but contribute to your happiness. So in that aspect, I do believe that men should contribute, and it's vice versa as well.
I also think sometimes happiness is just an illusion. Like
Put your microphone.
we're supposed to. I think sometimes happiness is an illusion because we're supposed to be up and down, up and down. If we're waiting until we're happy, we're never. Because there's always something. There's always something that we're going to stress about.
Yeah.
There's always a loss of a family. There's always a career there's always something. So happiness is an illusion. Like you can be content.
So one thing,
you know what I just realized? Oh my gosh. Women, we have easier lives than ever before. We have more freedom than ever before.
Yeah.
We have more automation than ever before. Yet we're more miserable than ever before. And we're more miserable because men tried to make us happy by giving us everything. And now we're unhappy with all of this choice and freedom.
We're just spoiled.
Yes. It's like we're like
Too many
children.
options.
Yeah, I think we're like children actually. Yeah, and it's kind of like if you give a kid everything, they're
Yeah.
like a miserable child.
Very true.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
So one thing that you actually taught me is, exactly what you just said there. We're not always going to be happy in life. Learn to deal with the unhappiness. Learn to deal with the stress. When you're at work, do you know what she said to me? She was like, you're at work and you're angry. Just start smiling. Just endure the anger.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
And there's studies that say like that you naturally like get happier if you're smiling all the time.
Yeah,
Like, if you
she was like,
pretend long
just
and-
learn to deal with it. That's part of
Yeah.
life. You experience different emotions. You don't always need to be happy. Sometimes you're sad.
And I think sometimes if the guy's like feeding into it every time, like it's kind of like with kids. If they're having a temper tantrum and you feed into it, it's like it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
Or if you
Just shut it down.
I'm a big fan of ignoring problems. Yeah, I think sometimes when you ignore problems, you forget and they go away. I don't think we got to talk about every problem or issue.
Also, just being a bit cheeky with it. I think as a man, a lot of men need to learn to just be like, it's okay, baby. Do you know what I mean? Just shake it off, and then you as a woman would be like, all right, cool,
Yeah.
I'm overreacting.
Right, instead of being like, "Oh no, are you okay?"
Yeah, don't do that.
And that's what I think that phrase like encourages men to try to make her happy. When again, I don't think men can make women happy. Or they're happy or you're not.
Yeah, it's a choice, isn't it? Happiness is a choice that you make, and like life is literally just a never-ending story of problem solving.
I think Will
literally.
Smith said something one time. He said, you both have to be complete before you come together. Both be happy within yourselves.
You're never going to be complete or happy. That's the whole point.
No, but like,
I can't.
don't. My point is,
have you seen Will Smith's Marriage?
oh yeah, it's no, but I've taken the positives from it.
okay.
Don't like. Here's the thing, yeah. Don't try to seek happiness off your partner because then you're going to be stuck, aren't you? You're going to be forever searching. Be happy within yourself and then come together as one.
Could we react to the girl's reaction? I know we started watching it earlier, but
Yeah, it's
I told you guys. I told you. I was like,
sweating ball.
I should tell people to wear like, I don't know, just shorts
Yeah,
or something.
no, I'm just
My
too.
brother
it's too
will kill
much.
me. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you can say that word. Sorry.
And next time I'm just gonna come and like, you know what African mums wear? That,
Ah,
so light.